kind of go into is like a different kind of section, thinking about our ABC of singing again. This is thinking about the connection of your voice. We've done a wee bit of mapping out what we're doing with our alignment and thinking about our breathing, how to activate the core muscle and things like that. Now what we're trying to do is build up, it's kind of like a muscle memory for your voice. Now say for instance, this is a good example if we can sit at the piano here for a moment. If you've ever been one of these people that tried to learn piano, you know what it's like when you're first learning the instrument, you have to look at the notes all the time, like, or whatever it is that you're trying to do. You're always looking at what your fingers are up to, but soon enough you'll have the sheet music in front of you here. You don't have to look at your fingers anymore, you can just look from the sheet music to play, and that's how you've developed a muscle memory for for playing the piano, because you can make your fingers go to that note or whatever that you need. With the voice, it's a little bit more complicated in that we don't have any direct control over our vocal cords. Think of it as like, it's more noticeable actually in your teenage years when you're going through your adolescence, because your vocal cords, the two little kind of like flaps of skin, and they make sound waves, they oscillate like this, and if they oscillate at a higher rate per second, then that's you making a higher note. If they do oscillate and make sound waves at a lower rate per second, that's your lower notes. What happens is that vocal cords can grow at different rates, so you can wake up one day, one's longer than the other, or they can mismatch, not quite connect together or something like that. And it can be a bit difficult, for that kind of thing. The problem is that we don't have any direct control over our vocal cords. It's not like our fingers where we can make it press a note. We have control over our hands and our fingers and stuff. So how do we build up a muscle memory, but for your voice? The important thing to remember with this one, folks, is that you don't have to sing words. So this comes down to shower singing. Shower singing is good for you guys. I would totally advocate for that. If it helps set you up for the day and helps you feel happy, you just sing whatever you want in there. Sing as often as you like when you're having a shower. It's great because you're trying to find sounds that are helpful for you, create lots of vibrations in your cheekbones and your jaw and things like that. So say for instance, what happens when you're trying to build a muscle memory for your voice? You sing something, and it's important to bear in mind that it doesn't have to be a note. It could be anything, a hum, a rrr, zzz, v, whatever. When you make the sound, you're creating these vibrations in your face and maybe in the top half of your body. Your brain kind of remembers what it feels like. It doesn't really remember the note, it remembers what it feels like through the vibrations of making the note. So the next time that you come along, you want to sing a particular note. Yeah. When you first try it, you might do a lot of noodling around to find the note. And eventually you'll find it. But the more that you practice, the more that you remember what it feels like to build up a repertoire of notes, in your body. So sooner or later, you'll get to the point where you don't have to search around as much to find the notes because you've already familiar with it. You build up that familiarity. So you get to a point where you can go, and you can match it straight away because you've built that up. They built up the experience, if you see what I mean. So the first thing that I always ask people to do when they're trying to sing along with me with new exercises and stuff, I make sure that we're not singing words for just now, because words can be a wee bit scary, can't they? Especially if you're a complete beginner, or you might have had a bad experience. You might be you've had a bit of nervousness and stuff like that when you've been performing before, so you might have been a bit put off a bit and you're a bit insecure about how to kind of start getting going again. So first thing I'd like you to do, we're going to sing ma, me and me. If I show you, I'm going to start slightly lower. We're going to do the A below middle C. Remember, it's C4. So this will be A3 that we start off with. And then we're going to do a little pattern. We go up 2 whole tones. So for the first one, we're going to do a whole scale. And do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Or we're doing a particular pattern. We go for the first 3. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, but then we do 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, then 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So we're moving up one each time until we get to the top. So with this, I like you sing ma, me, me, but we're doing it in a particular way, really emphasizing the hums. So remember I was saying about the hums very lightly on your lips, but we want to really emphasize ma, me, me. I think it was Joan Sutherland that said something like, you have to taste the note before you let it out. Let it sit on your lips. I know it might be a bit irritated, a bit buzzy, a bit annoying, but it really helps to build up a muscle memory for your voice. So I'm going to demonstrate for the thing here. Ma, me, me, 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 ma, me, me. And then we're going to go up to the next one. So I'd like you to try and do that first one there. Now you've got the kind of seen me doing it. I'd like you to have a try. So let's try it, really exaggerate your hums, right? Here we go. Ma, me, me, 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 ma, me, me. Then we're going to go up to the next key. But this time, we're going to try and sing with Z's. Za, Z, Z. The Z's are absolutely brilliant because what they do, you know, they were saying about the vocal cords can grow at different rates and they can mismatch and stuff. The vocal cords close completely together when you do a Z. So it's almost like, I would describe it as recalibrating your voice. It's almost like resetting it. So it's really good because sometimes if you haven't been singing for a while, your voice, the vocal cords can be kind of like sitting together, but it can also be kind of mismatching at the same time. So it's a good way to kind of help you get started. We're going to try to really exaggerate the Z's to be za, z, z, and things like that, okay? Here we go. Za, z, z, 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 za, z, z. That might be a bit high for, say, like altos and things like that. So if we go back down to the A, but then down another one, and then another one. So we've got down to low G. That's a G below middle C. Remember our first reference note is C4. This will be G3 that we're starting from. Same pattern. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. I get confused with doing that too much. Okay. So this time, I wanted to see if we could do a rolled R. Are you able to go rrrr? Rrrs are brilliant because it helps to relax the jaw a little bit. Later on, I'll be doing lots of exercises with rrrr and prrrr. So, you know, maybe practice that a little bit at the side before you get to that bit. So, we're going to try and do ra, re, re going up the way. So, here we go. Ra, re, re, 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 ra, re, re. Ooh, press the wrong note at the top there. So let me go back down to B. Ooh. Let me go back down to an F for one, another word for the lower voices. Yeah. So let's go down the way for this one. Still doing a ra, re, re. But this will be starting on the top, so it'll be number 8. Ra, re, re, ra, re, re, ra, re, re. Like that kind of thing as well, yeah? So, let's go from the top down the way. Here we go. Ra, re, re, 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 ra, re, re. Oh, sorry, that makes me yawn. Let's try and do another one, descending down, because in case we have any kind of lower voices, I'll get to the point where I can sing as much as I can, but I'll continue playing with the piano. Here we go. Ra, re, re, 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 ra, re, re. And we're going down to D, and we'll try that again. Here we go. Ra, re, re, 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 ra, re. I can't sing that low note. So if you guys get down there, then you're probably like a low mezzo or alto, or like it might be a tenor, but you're more likely to be a baritone, I think. So guys, so your action step for this one is to listen to the recorder that I'll attach to this one. Have a little try of ma, me, za, ze, zi, ra, re, re.